Okay, we are going to look at how to find the unknown angle of a four-sided figure today. This is a multi-step problem, so keep in mind this is not a short answer, that there's a lot of steps involved. So I'm going to walk through my thinking of solving this problem in which we are solving for angle y, which is this angle right here. It's that small part. I'm going to erase this so that you can see what I was doing. But it's that tiny angle right here that we are solving for. So I'm going to look at my known information. I know I have a parallelogram. I know that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So angle D is 64, which means that angle F here is also going to be 64 degrees. I can see that I have an isosceles triangle, and the angles next to the equal sides are also going to be equal. So angle FHG is also going to be 64 degrees, which means I can then go ahead and solve for angle FGH. We know that a triangle equals, all the angles equals 180 degrees. If I have two of my angles added together, 64 plus 64, if I add that up, I find that these two angles equal 128. I'm going to subtract that from my 180 degrees of the measurement of a triangle, and I am left with 52. So this angle here must be 52 degrees. Now I'm not done because that's not what I'm solving for. I'm just looking at my pieces right now. All right, also I know that with the parallelogram, all of my angles must add up to be 360 degrees. This angle plus this angle would be the same as 64 plus 64, which we already did and got 128. If I take that, I take my 360 degrees, which is my measurement of all the angles of a parallelogram, subtract my known, which is 128, and I'm left with 232 degrees. Now that 232 degrees is split up among my other two angles. So that means it's going to be the measurement of EGD and DE, I guess I can call that DEH. So my 232 degrees is going to be divided among those two angles. And if I do my math, I would be left with 116 degrees. That is telling me that, let me switch colors here. This angle is 116 degrees and this angle is 116 degrees. If I look at just this small angle here, is going to be my 116 minus the 48 degrees here, which will tell me 116 minus 48 degrees is 68 degrees. So this angle right here is 68 degrees. Now, I can see that I have, I'm going to do a new color, triangle GDE, that's a triangle there, is going to equal 180 degrees. I have 68 of it and 64 of it. If I take my 68 plus my 64, if I add those two numbers up together, I get 132. That means out of angle GDE, I've already accounted for 132 degrees of it. I'm going to take my 180, which is the measurement of all the angles of a triangle, minus the 132 that I already know. And I am going to end up with 58 degrees. Nope, sorry, 48 degrees, which is a measurement of this triangle. So I have 48 degrees. Let me switch colors again. I wish this was smaller, but it's not. So we're going to go, if I'm solving for this now, I know this part of it is 48 degrees. This is 52, and I'm still solving for this tiny little bit right here that I don't know. If I take my 48 degrees plus my 52 degrees, add those up, I get a nice 100 degrees. And if you remember, I needed to get that angle to equal 116 degrees. I already know the measurement of 100 of it. I'm going to subtract that from the 116, and I am left with 16 degrees for that tiny angle. Okay, watch this. We need to clear up some work right here. And it's not going to let me erase. Why can't I erase? Let me try one more time. Nope, I can't erase. So anyway, that small angle that we started with, right here, that's what we're solving for. That would be 16 degrees. What I need you to understand by looking at the big mess I just made is it takes a lot of work to solve for an unknown angle. Your job is going to be to solve for another unknown angle. Let's see if I can do this right now in this video. We'll see how this looks. Okay, we have PQRS is a parallelogram. That didn't work. Let me retake it. Okay, I am inserting this photo. You have angle Q. PQRS is a parallelogram. We know that RST is a right angle. You need to find the measure of angle. Let me make this for you. We need to find the measure of PSR and RST. That is your challenge tonight. Good luck, and let me know how you do.